Hello everyone, welcome back to Switch Mania, your source for news, reviews, and gameplay on the Nintendo Switch. My name is Josh Newman, and today's review is going to be a little bit different because up to this point on the channel we've been doing a lot of game reviews for the Nintendo Switch, but in light of Super Smash Bros. Coming out, I thought we would go ahead and take a look at the PowerA wireless Gamecube controller. One thing I was really disappointed about right off the bat in opening it, and this is just kind of my fault for not reading the box to begin with, but this is not a rechargeable controller. And for $50, I feel like this should be a USB-C input rechargeable battery controller. I mean, I feel like that's fairly reasonable. I mean, I know Microsoft still does AA batteries, but we shouldn't be doing AA batteries anymore, PowerA. I mean, put in a rechargeable battery. Don't be cheap. I would pay $10 extra to get a rechargeable battery on this thing rather than this. So before we begin here, I just wanted to go ahead and put out a quick statement for you guys. I didn't own a GameCube, and I think I mentioned that in my very first intro video, but if you've joined the channel since then, I never owned a GameCube. And I know this is a fan favorite, especially when it comes to games like Smash Bros. So I'm really excited to try this out and see, is it more nostalgia purposes? Is it more because Melee was such a huge Super Smash Bros. Game that people just automatically associate Super Smash Bros. With the GameCube controller? Or is it really because the GameCube controller gives you a little bit more of an advantage, or it helps you out a little bit more with the gameplay, or just even feels more natural with the gameplay? So now, obviously we don't have Super Smash Bros. Yet, so I thought we'd go ahead and we pop in a couple different games and go ahead and just check out how does this GameCube controller feel with those games. And of course, when Super Smash Bros. Comes out on Friday and we do our gameplay on Super Smash Bros. On Friday, I'll go ahead and I'll try it out with the regular Joy-Cons as well as this GameCube controller. But I think that's enough talking about it. Let's go ahead and jump into a game with it now. But first, we got to get it connected here. So let's see how easy it is to connect this real quick. There we go. Got it connected here. All right, so yeah, it was pretty simple. I just had to go to the change grip option and add it in. Nothing to it really. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see how this works. So navigating, the buttons are just the same. I hit B to back up. That works great. I can use the right stick to control too, which I think is a little odd. The C stick, I guess I should call it, because it does have its own name. Let's try Mario Kart to start. Mario Kart sounds like a good option to kind of start with, because Mario Kart was also on the GameCube as well. Not this particular version, of course, but Double Dash was, so you would think some of the mapping stuff would transfer over. Let's see how it works. All right, so jumping right into it. All right, let's hit single player here. Let's go Grand Prix, why not? And we'll do a 150cc race here. No need to get completely destroyed. All right, the wireless connection's working pretty good. There's no lag here as far as I'm being able to see. All right, buttons feel clicky, snappy. All right, and we'll just stick with this cart. We don't need to win any races here. We're just, testing this thing out. By the way, I'm really digging the gold on this. I think the purple and the gold look a little weird together, but, I figured out of all the controllers that the gold one might become the hardest to find, and so I was like, well, let's check that out. All right, but let's go ahead and see here. Let's see how easy it is to use this controller. Gotta get that boost. All right, so navigating feels pretty natural. Drifting feels great. I love these big back triggers. All right. All right. Items throw really well, exactly as expected. I'm sitting here holding a banana behind me now, and it's not dropping. The connection's not dropping. They added motion controls into the GameCube controller. That's a nice touch. I'm sure there'll be some type of aspect with that with Super Smash Bros., which is cool. Yeah, I mean, overall, guys, this feels good. I mean, this is almost like a cheap alternative to getting a Pro controller even. Uh-oh, blue turtle shell. And red turtle shell. Oh, good. The red turtle shell didn't count, though. How do I look back? I wonder. Because when you look back, it's the top button, so that's X. Okay, so that does feel a little weird, not gonna lie. Because X is not like where I'm used to it. I'm used to just reaching up top, which right now is Y. And so the side button's actually where the X is right now. And so in order to do that, I kind of have to lay my thumb down in order to hit it. I really do like the fact that, you know, you got the shake here. Obviously, with this controller being this cheap, at 50 bucks, which I know it doesn't sound very cheap, but in comparison to like Nintendo's Pro Controller, wow, I had troubles thinking about that for a second. But in comparison to like Nintendo's Pro Controller, obviously this doesn't have the HD rumble in it, which I mean is to be expected because I believe actually PowerA is also the company that made some of those really excellent Pro Controller knockoffs that had like the Zelda design and stuff on them as well, but those were missing the HD rumble. That's how they were able to make the cost go down. So I mean it makes sense as far as that goes, but Mario Kart feels great with this. Honestly, I may use this controller for Mario Kart from this point on because all I've got until I get my Pro Controller is my Joy-Cons, which work pretty dang good, but this feels nice. I like it. Let's go ahead and let's try Void Space Racing now. This game, it was the game that I picked up for my 99-cent review because, you know, Nintendo's been doing those drops lately where games have been going from like $15 or $10 down to 99 cents, and I thought we'd start a series about that. If you haven't checked it out yet, the first video, I'll leave a card right above here. But this game, if you haven't checked it out, is 99 cents on the eShop right now. So if you're viewing this on the day that I released this video, go buy this game because it's actually really, really stellar for 99 cents. $1 is a really good price for this. But I just want to see how the controls work with this, if they still feel natural, if they still work. I mean, it's mainly the same controls as Mario here. It even has a little bit less because there's no items and stuff, but you know, we got some drifting and some stuff like that. I want to make sure that the mapping is working the same as well. So we'll do a singles race. So far, all the controls are working as expected. I like this blue one. Let's go there. I actually did unlock a new course, so let's go ahead and let's check out this new course real quick here. All right. Let's see how we can do. So the point of this game, if you haven't seen it yet, is to get through the red circle, and the blue circle actually tells you where the next one is going to be. So you want to always keep an eye on where that blue circle is as well, so that you don't get lost, which took me a little while in that review to figure out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Braking is actually essential in this game, by the way. It's a valid strategy. Buttons feel good. Everything's working as expected. A little weird not feeling the HD rumble anymore, but you know, I can live with that again because this is a very comfortable controller to hold. I'm starting to see why this is a fan favorite controller. Honestly, I'm like I said, I'm not a GameCube controller person, but this just feels really good with the button placement. Oh crap, where was it? There we go. I lost track of where I was for a second. Which is not a good time to be doing that because I'm actually in the lead, which doesn't happen too much for me in this game. Woohoo, finished first. Would you look at that? Well, there you guys have it. There's a look at the wireless PowerA GameCube controller for Nintendo Switch. I would actually really highly recommend getting this one for Super Smash Bros. Coming out on Friday if you don't have like a Pro Controller already, because this thing feels really, really good. And like I said, I was a little surprised by that, like not ever having used a GameCube controller in my life before. I kind of looked at this thing and said, I really thought it was just nostalgia reasons, that people love Super Smash Bros. Melee so much that's the reason why they like this controller so much. But really, I love especially how the triggers feel. It just feels really good. What type of controller are you guys using for Super Smash Bros? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, hit that like button, as well as be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll see you guys next time here on Switch Mania.